welcome to Tom Brown Field here at Washington Township for tonight's Vineland High School football game. It's Washington Township coming in, a big Group 5 school with a historic tradition that's in a little bit of a rebuild versus Vineland, who seems to have gotten their offense on track, and every week it's been the defense just playing fantastic. I'm Rich Scarpa. Along with me tonight, filling in for Coach Parentazzi, is Terry Love. Welcome, Terry.
Hey, hello. How you doing today, Rich? Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it. Always love being here talking Vineland football.
Yeah, and tonight is a big matchup as always with two big Group 5 schools, but also teams in the playoffs. But Vineland looking to get a win here today gives them a pretty good chance of having a home game that first round. And last year's home game and home field counted a lot because you'd have had a long ride to go to Toms River North, but Vineland hoping to get a win here, which should give them some power points. The captains are out on the field, and before we get started, let's thank our sponsors who make Vineland High School football possible. The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Vineland High School football team this season. Sir Speedy, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Newfield National Bank, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Caterers, Allen Associates, Delsey ShopRite, Medio Law Firm, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, TechNed Consulting, Vineland Education Association, Begal University, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria and Restaurant, MVP Sports Bar, Richland Carpet and Flooring, G&S Dry Cleaners, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Biondi Insurance Agency, Dr. Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, Baruffi Brothers, Lugiano Medical, Van Dodge, Assman Installation, Homestead Plumbing and Heating, the Gorgo Group, the DeWinney family, and the Russo family. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thank everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season. And Washington Township takes the field for their homecoming game. We have a packed house, and this place has been packed for about an hour leading up to the game as the cannon fires. The Minutemen also in that hunt for a playoff game, and they probably have that, but looking for some home field. Terry's done a lot of work on Township, but let's just talk about a couple things with Township so far. They come in at 3-4, as does Vineland. Township with an 8-0 win over AC. Vineland with a 20-15 win, giving up 2 late scores. Then they had probably their best game against Eastern, 41-22 win against Eastern, and 22-0 against Egg Harbor Township. For Vineland, the 4 losses are to 4 ranked teams, number 1, number 3, number 5, number 9. But looking at the South Jersey top 25, Millville creeps in at 23, and we're always thinking about Millville, and Vineland is out right now. So before Terry fills us in on this Washington Township football team, we have our national anthem.
Caleb Parker will sing tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' vague red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Coach. Coach, that's an old habit.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right.
Well, Terry, you got to see a lot about Washington Township. What are they going to be bringing to tonight's game?
Well, offensively, Vineland comes in with a pretty strong-arm quarterback in Liam Friel. He likes to, as well as the offense, likes to spread it out. They have a bunch of big receivers, although Leone, being number 11, is his primary target. For most of the times, he's looking to throw the ball. They have Naselli, number 34. Big stout, well, I should say big stout running back at 5'9", about 210 pounds. Pretty stout kid. They like to slam him up in the middle. But you can never discount Friel when running the ball. He's actually pretty good. When he gets to the outside, he's very smart. He knows what he's doing there. Defensively, Jack Dunn, defensive lineman. Pretty nice size inside. He likes to get a lot of penetration. He likes to shut down the run. Then you also have Leone at linebacker position. He likes to flow to the ball. Does a pretty good job of getting there. Overall, tackling is a little bit shaky at times, Washington Township. So look for the Vineland running backs to use that to their advantage.
Well, in Vineland, we'll start out with the football. And before we do that, let's real quickly. Last year was the Vineland offense had their way with Washington Township, as did the defense. Last year it was a 31-7 Vineland win. Ryan Shelton rushed for over 100, threw for 141. Broom had a 63-yard run. Shelton had 2 touchdown runs, 40 and 1 of 6 yards. And, of course, Tony catches his touchdown reception, and more on Tony as this game continues. But the last 3 since 2010, it's been all Vineland. Vineland 3-0, average score of 29-12. So for some reason, and some of these games shouldn't have been like that, when we play Township, we played them extremely well. It seems like we're always here when we do it. And covered right at the 30-yard line.
Ethan Evans there. Kick didn't get everything it needed, so he was one of the up men there. He just did the smart thing and fell on the ball.
And Ethan has been in a lot more every week as the season progresses. Heck of a catcher, too. Ethan, a sophomore at 5'6". 145. So Tyrene Powell is at the quarterback spot. And Powell's going to take it himself. Cuts through the seam and picks up a handful of yards, about 5.
It's a good job of Vineland utilizing their speed and getting to the outside, forcing Washington Township to do what they have to do probably to bring down Vineland's big backs, is to team tackle, swarm tackle.
Now, as we talk about Township's defense, one thing I've noticed, and you did also, was not a real sure tackling team. So today, right now, it's Arthur alongside of Powell, and there may be opportunity to break some tackles. Arthur breaks some tackles and pulls forward close to a first down. The down guys think they have it, and they start to move. We wait for the signal, and first down, Fighting Clan. 2 runs for 10 yards.
As if on cue, Arthur breaks through that first arm tackle, makes it to the second level, makes 2 Washington Township defenders have to bring him down.
So an equipment problem for Levi Manson, who checks out. Ethan Evans comes back in, gets the play from Powell, and they're ready to go. Evans down at the bottom of the screen. There's a give to Tony. He cuts it up, finds his seam, stays on his feet, and picks up 8. And that's the way you want to run that jet sweep. You don't always want to try to get to the sideline. You can get inside of that kick-out block, which was thrown great.
Yes, Tony, great vision, seeing that in the middle, not exactly needing to reach far outside, turning it up, again, breaking that first initial contact, making it into almost a 10-yard gain.
Nice start up front. Left tackle today, Eli Anderson, as always, the junior at 6 foot 250. And Powell with a second and short. Dan Dutra at the guard, number 77. Powell to throw it. It's complete to Conrad Jackson, who has the first down.
Nice little out route. It's what you needed to keep the ball moving, get that first down. Excellent job.
At guard for Vineland, Zach Tharp, number 76. Jacob Rep in at center. And on the other side at tackle, Joshua Bennett, number 71, the junior at 6'2", 240.
Now, Vineland should be taking advantage of their size up front. Donahue from Washington Township got hurt last week. He's big, 6'2", 80-pound D lineman. Out this week. Anything after him is pretty small, so Vineland right now, just as you've seen, taking full advantage of that size differential they have up front.
Yeah, and with Donahue out, 6'2", 280, he's out of there. Jack Dunn at 6'2", 280 also in there, but they were a little short up front with a 190-pound defensive tackle / end and a 215 pounds on the other side. Vineland may be able to lean on that, and the replacement, of course, isn't going to be as large. And it looks like right now they're moving one of their free safeties up on the line, a freshman at 5'11", 175 at tackle. So the line should be able to get a push. This time Powell had stumbled, having nowhere to go, picks up maybe only a yard or two. But Vineland on the move in Washington Township territory.
I'd look for Vineland here to go back what they did last time in this situation. A few more yards longer than it was last time, but a nice little out pattern, get what you need to keep that ball moving.
So third down, Manson back in on the top of the screen, number 4. Jackson at the bottom. This may be where. There it is. And it's complete to Tony, who squares it up and is thrown forward for the first down. Vineland's leading receiver, Tony.
Receivers in that trip set did a nice job of clearing it out for him. He was a slot receiver. Nice little out route, plenty of room to turn up and get that first down.
Tony tied for 6th in scoring in the old Cape Atlantic with 40 points. He's one slot ahead of Millville's DeShields. And also Tony is number 1 in touchdown receptions with 7. So
when's the last time Vineland could say something like that, huh?
Boy, and throwing the ball is Powell. He's back. He fires it. He's hit as he throws it. It's a jump ball, and it's going to be picked. But tackled right away by Tony. But Township withstands Vineland's drive, and they'll start at their own end right around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, looked like Tyreem just clutched it a little bit too much. He had the receiver open, just waited a little too long, allowed that defender to get to him. That's why he was hit as he threw and caused that pass to just go a little bit errant.
Give up the middle, not much there. And that's going to be one of the problems for Township. As we talked pregame, they like to spread it out and almost have a 5 lineman on 4 up front and try to spread it, almost the opposite of 7-on-7 when you're working your passing trees. But Vineland with the big bodies up front.
Yeah, big differential again, just as it is on the other side of the ball. Vineland very, very big up front, and they're going to take full advantage.
Counter, gets underneath, and there's some room to run. But flying up his Powell to make the stop. Yeah, up front for Vineland, 59 Herring at the 1 tackle spot. The sophomore at 6'2", 315, who started at the Timber Creek game and just has a really high motor, gets a good push. That moves to Marcus Rivers, the junior at 6'1", 335. Back inside over the nose, and then Vineland hits it a little different on the other side with Ryan Williams, who's had a couple strong games in a row at 6 foot 225, number 8 at the bottom on the end. 3rd and short, quarterback takes it himself.
I think that was a busted play there, Rich.
It was a reverse pivot to nobody there, but Friel does a nice job picking up the first down. Nazir, Broom, and Lathan Kent are your linebackers. Kent leads the team in tackles. Ryan Sheltonson, switching out of the quarterback spot, has 2 games with 9 tackles apiece in them and is quickly moving up the charts at linebacker also.
That's been a nice move for him to get more playing time on the defensive side of the ball.
And they're going to lose some yards on that one, as Shelton, that we're talking about, stayed home and the cutback wasn't there after he was swarmed over in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about 3. Nice job by Shelton securing him and then making the stop.
Something Vineland's been missing just a little bit at the beginning of the year. Seems like they've got that under control, and that's really come out in the last couple weeks.
Now popping to the outside is Naselli. He's going to be short of the first down, but he's going to set them up with a 3rd and short. One thing that's also improved on the Vineland defense has been the defensive backs in their coverage and their they're getting to the ball. A lot of different pieces have rolled in and out early in the season, but since switching back to this 3-3 stack that I argue with Coach all the time about, he sees that tight end and a linebacker creep up, but it's also a hard responsibility for the defensive tackle / ends.
Yes.
But it frees up some people. And he's going to just have enough for the first down.
Frill puts that head down, just pushes forward, gets the first down for Township.
Not getting the same chunks Vineland did, but getting just enough to keep the sticks moving as they're now out to the 44-yard line.
Township trying to take advantage of that turnover. Haven't gone to their big trick play yet, which was about the only thing that worked when they played Holy Spirit.
Number 9, Barry Turner, another linebacker, off a 2-interception game, and the ball is
nice.
loose on the ground, and it's scooped up, and looks like Shelton recovers off the big hit in the back. It looked like Williams knocked that one loose.
Ryan Williams met the running back, Naselli, as soon as he touched the ball. Big hit. Big hit.
At the 41. First and 10 Vineland at the Township 41.
Let's see if Vineland here can take advantage of the turnover going their way this time.
So Powell back ready to go, 1st and 10. It's a give through the middle, and there's an opening and a saving tackle. Without that tackle, there's another 15 yards on the run. Inside linebacker Louis Griggs, the senior, makes the stop.
Number 1, Anthony Parker for the stop, number 52, Lou Griggs. And a 5 yards and that carry by Arthur.
Eli Anderson up front for Vineland. Excellent block on that run there.
The ball to 36.
So Vineland was moving fine. It was a pass by Powell. He got tipped or got his arm hit that went up in the air. Here's Tony in motion. Powell's going to take it himself. He has an opening. Squirts through, and looks like he's going to have a first down on that run.
I think after that first jet sweep by Tony, Township got caught watching him, not expecting Powell to turn it up in the middle of that time.
So it is enough for the first down. They're at the 30, knocking on the door. Here comes Tony the other way. This time he gets it. He gets to the edge. It's going to be about 8. So Vineland on the move, but this quarter is also on the move with 3:30 and running left in the first quarter.
Vineland doing an excellent job utilizing the wide side of the field with the threat always of going outside.
And here comes pressure. Powell takes it himself. One guy to beat, but he can't get outside of that.
Jaden Allen there, fighting off the block from Dutra, keeping contained, and then actually making a tackle.
So Vineland's longest 3rd down. They send trips to the bottom. That's something we see a lot from Township with their good screen game. Both backers showing. And it's thrown out to Tony, who's hit right away. So it's going to be 4th and about 12.
Yeah, Bryce Kramer from Township read that right away. Fired through the blocks of the other receivers. Made a short tackle in the backfield.
So 4th down, of course, Vineland in go for it territory as they're at the 31-yard line. Nothing to really gain from a punt here. So 4th and 11. Nazir Broom alongside of Powell. They can give Powell some time. He probably can find somebody up the field. And Vineland looks like they're going to have to take a timeout here.
Coach just saw something he liked. They just saw it a little too late. Trying to get the play in.
So first timeout for Vineland, 1:34 to go in the first quarter. So far, if you're watching the Vineland offense, aside from Powell getting tackled there for the loss, it's been a lot of positive plays and a little bit of bigger chunks than Township was getting.
Yeah, that's a good sign as the game goes on. Township, I don't think physically is going to be able to keep up with Vineland, so this is going to take its toll. They're showing progress now, and that's just going to keep improving as the game goes on. So these bigger chunks will just get bigger and will start adding up to points.
And that's almost the theme of the season. Vineland keep improving as the season goes on, as we're getting better play from the offensive line. The defense has been playing so much better each and every week and really shined in the St. Joe's game.
Yeah, holding a perennial power to as few points as they did score. That's huge.
And last week the defense had a shutout. It was a special teams touchdown. But let's talk about offense here. 4th and 11 for Tyreen Powell. Broom slides out. There's some room in the middle. Powell floats it high and not able to come down with it. Receiver had it, just not able to hold on to it with a lot of pressure from the defense.
It looked like Tony had it, just couldn't come down with it, couldn't secure it as he was heading down to the ground there.
And absorbing a few hits, one on each side on that. So the plays there just doesn't connect, so Vineland's defense back out there. Levi Manson at the corner spot alongside of Tony.
Again, look for Vineland to make those little adjustments so those little chunks aren't there like they were on that last drive.
Antoine Rivera also in there. Not much there. Tracked down from behind by Julio Nieves Sanchez, the junior.
Yeah, as I said in the pregame, look for Naselli. They just like to pound his big body right into the middle. Hopefully they submit you with it. Vineland as big as they are up front, I don't expect that to happen, but look for them to just keep doing that.
Yeah, and that's a position where the running back may take a little wear as this one goes on. And the quarterback takes it himself. Friel gets to the outside, and he's going to be hit and knocked out. Looks like he's going to have a first down before Rivera is able to knock him out of bounds. This containment on that near side broke down on that play.
I said that was the other element that Washington Township offense does have is Friel. He does have some legs. He can get outside. He can get you those positive yards at times.
Now, if you're Township, you got to be kind of pleased with this first quarter as it's winding down with 40 seconds to go. Vineland twice on your half of the field, but not able to get any points, and you have a 1st and 10 approaching midfield. There's Naselli. Boy, he squirts forward, and just like you mentioned, breaking some tackles. Talk about his size. He's 5'9", but it's the weight, over 210 pounds.
Yes.
And he picked his way through the trees.
Yeah, he's a bottom-heavy kid, so he's a powerful leg, so that one little shoulder bump is going to bring him down.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter as we're at 7, 6, and 5. First quarter in the books. Township right at midfield at the 50, looking to crack to the Vineland side of the field for the first time today. Nobody has far to move on this one. Just jump sides, and we should be back to football in a hurry.
Good time for Coach Russo and Coach Smith to go over everything with their defense. I mean, they have to know now what's coming, right?
Yeah.
We're getting there, so you let them know what's coming.
It's a little misdirection, a little belly, a little counter, and there's not big gaping spots to run, but just enough and really smart running. And then, of course, Friel takes it himself just when you're trying to converge to make sure enough people are around Nocelli to bring them down. It's Friel gets the big first down. So 2nd and 5 right at midfield.
Here's Township again. Just trying to spread Vine out a little bit. Keep Leone in tight at tight end here.
Runs into his own blocker. And then Turner makes the stop along with Nieves Sanchez.
Yeah, Nocelli kind of had no shot on that one. Kion Herring blew up the tackle and pushed him right back into the running back. Kind of made it a little difficult to get that forward movement that he was looking to get.
And that's Herring. Like when he was at nose before, the same thing, just really taking that center and driving him back and clogging up some of the running lanes. So no credit for the tackle on that, but he certainly made the stop. It's going to be 3rd and 6. 3 receivers up top. And they give through the middle and surprise the Fighting Clan. That's going to go for a first down on his first touch of the day for Pomerico.
Trying to change it up a little bit. Instead of Nocelli's hammered in the middle, they gave it to the smaller guy. What do you know? The smaller guy is the one who gets the big yards.
When the back was on that side of Friel, I was like, well, Friel's not taking it to the short side like it was what I thought they were going to try to do, which has been kind of their go-to run play in previous games. 1st and 10 for the Minutemen on the Vineland side of the field. There's pressure, and it's floated out to an open receiver who tries to make a move for the first down. He's going to get cleaned up, but it's going to be a gain of 8 for Cisco.
Cisco, it looks like Township took a page out of Vineland's playbook with the short little out route. Let your receiver get what they can get. Ends up getting 7-8 yards out of that catch.
It was amazing he didn't get a first down on that, as there was tons of field all around him, and the defense did converge quickly.
Which is one of the pluses we were talking about lately with Vineland. They've improved much in that category. Swarm to that football, make those short tackles.
So 2 backs alongside of Friel this time. They give up the middle and trying to squirt forward. Cisco maybe gets a yard. So 3rd and 1.
I'm thinking 3rd and 1. They just put Nocelli back in the game. I think we can kind of say what they're going to try to do here.
Well, you know, you have your homecoming game. You get a little extra push with a sold-out packed crowd.
Yeah, it's 2 hours in advance. The whole place was sold out.
Playing on adrenaline, but 3rd and 1 now. They give to the tailback, and he's hit and dropped.
I don't think he got there, Rich.
By a host of Vineland defenders. It's going to be 4th, and maybe he lost a little bit, 4th and nearly 2.
Good job of the linebacker shooting the B gaps,
and
getting
again,
in there, making that tackle in the backfield.
And not alone was Shelton, but Shelton with that nose for the ball back in there. And for Township coach Mike Satzman in his 2nd year, last year, 3-7, trying to improve on that now, looking for their 4th win. Numbers up in the program, and this is a big play, but if I'm on offense and I'm a coach and I need a big play, I hope it's 4th and 1, not 4th and 5. So
makes it a little easier to play call there.
Friel under center this time with 2 backs behind him. See if they try to have big old Friel taking himself. He doesn't have it at first, but then there's a decent push and a rugby scrum.
It's all going to depend on the line judges here.
At the 32. It looks like the ball's going to be on the 31.5 and going to be a first down.
Again, the little chunks are adding up for Washington Township.
So 1st and 10, approaching the Vineland 30 at the 31-yard line.
This game seems to be very reminiscent of the old 80s football with the wishbone. Everybody's running the wishbone. Game's over in 2 hours, clock steadily running.
Naselli tries to get to the outside. Defended well by Vineland.
He had 3-4 guys out there. He got pushed to the outside by the defensive line, doing a great job. Yeah, the linebacker and 2 DBs coming up, swarming to the ball, making that short tackle for barely a yard gain.
Well, where this defense is usually a little soft on the edge, it's the D-back and linebackers flying up or really taking that edge away. Now Friel wants to throw it. He's under pressure. He tucks it up, heads up field, and there's some support as Kent helps escort him off the field after a modest gain on something that could have been a little more.
Barry Turner came on a late blitz, which forced him out of the pocket. Little did he know Barry Turner was in hot pursuit because he's one of the ones that actually made the tackle.
As I mentioned earlier, Turner coming off his strongest game with a couple of interceptions and returned one for a touchdown. And Barry's just one of those solid pieces that you can count on to do their job.
A sure player week in and week out.
Yep. It's kind of like when you talk about offensive linemen. If they don't stand out, at least that means they were average. So
average isn't always bad.
So 3rd now and 7.
Shelton coming
Friel
off the
looks
blitz.
to throw. It's complete. Did that ball fall out? Now it's complete, but it looks like it may be short of the first.
Cisco seems to be about a yard short.
So another 4th and 1. Last time it was Friel himself. After the 3rd and 1 got stopped.
I expect more of the same. They're not going to change it up any.
Boy, and this drive has taken 6 minutes off the clock. Half the second quarter has gone by, and they still have the ball. It looks like they may take a timeout here. As it looks like Township's idea is to play keep away and keep that Vineland offense off the field. So with 5:47, Township takes their first timeout.
And in watching the tape, I did see Township does have a pretty strong kicker, but I guess this is a little bit out of his range here.
Yeah, and well, maybe if you were 5 yards up further for the first down and the ball was there, you think about it. But with just that 1 yard to go, too, there's a lot of different ways to go about getting that.
And, hey, you think of it this way, Vineland has yet to stop him 2 times in this situation, so why not go for that 3rd shot?
So you figure Vineland's defense now is going to have to try to blitz a gap where they think they're going. If you're Township, do you have the guts to hit your tight end behind your blitzing linebackers in the middle of the field? It's a bold move. But you got to figure you have about a 75% chance of having nobody home right in the middle, 5 yards behind.
This is true. And we'll see. It seems to be in these situations when they do like to throw the ball, it seems to be Leone, seems to be Friel's main target. And he is out on the field right now.
So another 4th down, and Township will continue to try to grind this out. Friel under center. DeMarcus Rivers right in front of him. Crowd comes to a hush for this one. And Friel's going to throw it. He's looking deep for a receiver, floats it in the middle, and
Leone.
it's going to be complete to Leone. So Coach Sussman has the guts to run that on 4th and 1. Do you have the guts to throw it? I thought he just hit it short, but he rolls his quarterback out. And with that rolling out, he had all the time in the world to deliver the strike to Leone. He had another receiver in the corner he could have went to.
He had options there. Once he squared his hips, he definitely had options, squared his shoulders up. Made a nice little pass for reception for the first touchdown of the game here.
Yeah, no one came off the edge, but I mean, there was nobody. I mean, I think they followed the fake and crashed down inside. We weren't there. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Penalty on the front, unsportsmanlike celebration. That penalty is set on the kickoff.
Yeah, you were right.
Give the Washburn the second point after.
Weisberger for the point after.
Cuts a goal in their fault.
It's good.
Silver puts it down off the high snap.
With 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
So Vineland will gain some field position here.
Vineland 0.
Just to see the Vineland players were expecting that run to go to the inside, so the outside contain wasn't there, which allowed Friel to roll out with as much space as he had, space and time to make that throw.
And Freer also crowded the line where, if need be, if the throw wasn't there, he had his first down also. But it's not like the Vineland offense has struggled when they've had the ball. They've been moving the football. It's nice to see them with it as Township takes off half the third quarter on that drive. A little more than half of a quarter's worth of time as they started in the first quarter.
Yes,
That drive started at their own 30.
See here, Vineland can just clean up those little mistakes that are costing them when they're on the offensive side of the ball. They're going to end up with very good field position, as there was an unsportsmanlike conduct call on the touchdown on Township.
Celebration on the touchdown. Moves the ball back to the 45-yard line where Washington.
Well, a poor tackling team kicking off where you're going to get hopefully a decent shot at a return. Weisberger has the leg to kick it to you. See if they try to squib it. Last time it was Ethan Evans that caught it short on the squib kick. See if they want to get this one up in the air or not. They're just going to pound it through, but it gets to the back man. Nazir Broom looking for a place to go. Having good starting field position at the 42. Covered well by Township.
34, Nazir Bloom on that return.
All right, as the offense comes back out, let's see right away, get some good positive yards, keep that ball moving. See if they can put some points on the board and answer that touchdown from Township.
Well, the first drive was stopped on a fourth down interception. The last drive was stopped on an incompletion inside the 20. So Vineland has got to Township's side of the field on both drives. It's hard to get in rhythm when you don't have the football. Powell gives up the middle. Looked like not much, but it's going to be 3 yards. And if we know 4 times 3 is 12, and that's enough for a first down if you keep doing that.
Yeah, the old Woody Hayes, Ohio State. 3 yards, cloud of dust, keeps the ball moving. 3-4 yards at a time, always keeps that ball moving.
3 yards, second down, 7 yards to go. The ball at the 45.
So Township will be getting the football to start the second half. Vineland looks to even this one up. Township again pressing the line. Powell on the left side breaks one tackle, but not enough there. He's going to probably lose a yard.
Yeah, Jaden Allen reading that play very well, stepping up, making that tackle for Township. But again, you noticed it wasn't just him. He made the initial contact. Township has to. They're a poor tackling team as individuals, but if they're teaming up on you, it makes it a little easier.
And they are really pressing the line of scrimmage. So this is going to be one of those 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, and then boom, you're out. Because they're selling out up to the line of scrimmage, something I haven't seen them do before. They were a little lackadaisical in their secondary coming up to make stops. But a third down here for Powell. 3rd and 7. He's going to throw it. Pressure comes. Powell tries to get away from it, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So looks like a 3 and out for the Fighting Clan. Zach Andrews that you mentioned earlier, comes up and makes a play. Powell had
Defensive end position. He was coming full steam, forcing Powell to step up in the pocket to just a bunch of other players.
Now Shelton to kick it away. Shelton, an effective punter, but not your traditional high booming kick. He gets a line drive, and a lot of times it ends up going past the return man as he'll angle it away from him. Back deep for Township is Graves. High snap, but Shelton gets up to get it and puts his foot to it. And it's going to come down at the 31-yard line.
Shelton did a very good job jumping up, grabbing that high snap. Looked a little shaky for a second, but he managed to bring it down and get off a pretty good punt there.
Heck of a leap and a catch by Shelton. So now the Vineland defense, they're going to get the ball back here with 3:08. They need to force a 3 and out here. Time for the defense to tighten up a little bit. And they've played pretty good first, second downs. It's been third and fourth downs where there's not a lot to get. And what we haven't seen are many flags, if any, on the field except the celebration. I don't know that Township's offense could even withstand a 5-yard loss, making it 15 for the first down, because they've been staying within the sticks and grinding through. Noselli picks up about 3.
Yeah, Township again doing that good job of keeping the corners flanked out, having the follow receivers to the outside, and just slamming it in the middle. Said they need that one big stop, hopefully a negative, force them to have to open up that offense just a little bit more.
Well, they pulled out a lot of deception in all their tricks except the halfback pass that they execute fairly well so far. And they've yet to go to that trip screen game. That was actually pretty effective for them in pass games. Now the throw is Friel. He plants, delivers. It's caught. Trying to pick his way through the middle, and there's Vineland's defense. Comes in and makes a stop, but there is a flag on the play.
Bryce Kramer running a pretty good dig route there, getting himself open over the middle.
And Friel delivered it, too.
I know, but the flag's by where they caught the ball. I'm saying, it's got to be a face mask. They're giving someone there.
As I mentioned, no penalty flags. One hits the field here. Don't know if there's much that the receiver could have done to draw the penalty.
Looks like they are bringing the ball back.
Oh, and it's a face mask. His straight arm to pull him away. So 5-yard loss. It's still going to be on the Vineland side at the 46. It's weird. 7 Vineland players, 1 Township receiver that just caught the ball.
Yeah, no, 99% of the time you see that situation, you know it's on the defense. Looks like Township, with 2 minutes left in the half, is starting to open up their offense here.
And it's screen. Not able to make the first stop or the second. Leone's still on his feet. Runs into a Vineland player out at the 20. Rivera had him lined up, not able to bring down the big Leone, who picks up about 30 yards after that.
Had him in the backfield after the initial catch, just couldn't bring him down.
Not a bad performance so far for Vineland, but a flat performance. You know, Townships was going to show you their best with this sold-out, packed homecoming crowd, and they're able to live off that as they have success in the first half. It's one of those things you want to get out of the half even at worst, and it's going to be tough for Vineland now. 1st and 10. Noselli takes it to the 15 with 1:50 and running on the clock.
As he lowered his big shoulders there and delivered a hit to the D-back coming up.
So clock running at 1:30. Right about now, they may want to slow it down and feed Noselli a couple times here at 2nd and 5. But Friel's going to take it himself. He grinds forward about 2 yards short of the first down.
Shelton from his linebacker position there doing a good job of shooting the B-gap, forcing Friel to turn it up inside. I'm sure he was looking to take that little bit to the outside there.
And Township will use a timeout here.
I'm trying to see what they're doing here. I don't see five and home just yet, but he keeps
So one timeout left for Township, but there's plenty of time at 1:12. Appears that they may end up this half with the football, which is a victory in itself. You know, you just hold on to this ball, you're going in a half up 7 to begin with.
You're going up 7 in front of your homecoming crowd. That's all a good thing there for them.
And you're getting the ball. For Vineland, the offense has moved it except that last drive, which really hurt. So Vineland's possession time in this quarter is going to be about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
3rd and short here, Rich. What do you see them doing?
I wouldn't even play around and give it to Cisco or anything like that. I give it to my big senior, Naselli. Let him get the first shot at it. And if that doesn't work out, then I go to Friel.
You said it, Naselli 7 yards deep to get a full head of steam.
He's got a lead blocker, but a slight one in that. And they give early up the middle.
Pomerico again in the fullback position getting that carry.
And yet another 4th down. 3rd or 4th one for Washington Township.
Looks like they're going to bring out the sticks.
So right on the 12. It's a tough task to bring down Leone, who has the touchdown reception and the key run on this play. And just when you're worried about Naselli running or Leone getting a pass, you also have to account for Friel. So a little bit of changes coming in at halftime on how we're going to handle this.
Fortunately for Vine, that is something they've been able to do, is make those adjustments on the defensive side of the ball coming out for the second half.
And you know what? At this point in time in this game, you would like there to be a halftime or a break, you know, so you can regroup. And Vineland needs to regroup, think about the things that were successful, and then start moving it forward. So Friel under center. DeMarcus Rivers right in front of him. Friel tries forward. It looks like he's going to have it with his forward momentum. One timeout left for Township, 55 seconds on the clock, which will be running once they set the down marker.
Put your head down, bore forward, picking up what you need. Vineland was there, just couldn't stop him to stop get him the amount he actually needed.
It's kind of that short. Once there's a surge, you know they have it. So Township quickly up to the ball, 44 seconds and running. 1st and goal from the 10. Friel to throw it. And leads his receiver by a little bit too much, as that was intended for Cisco. So that'll stop the clock with 36 seconds to go. 2nd and goal.
Actually, that incompletion may end up helping Township. If he caught it, he wasn't close enough to the sideline. Clock would have kept running. They would have had to hurry up and get on the ball.
This is a chance for that Vineland defense coming off their shutout, not giving up any points, to make a stop here. Friel to throw. Late pressure comes. It's tipped and falls incomplete. Shelton with a nice job on the tip pass, taking the receiver off the ball.
Again, Shelton showing his hops.
So
bringing down the bad snap
yeah,
and getting up high to knock that pass down.
31 seconds. And real quickly, it's 3rd down for Township.
3rd and goal at the 10.
Kicker Weisburn, of course, in field goal range, but Vineland would love nothing more than a field goal attempt here. Noselli back with Friel. After that last tip pass, Friel wants to throw it one more time. Now he steps up, fires, incomplete. He was pretty close to going over that line of scrimmage.
I thought he did, Rich.
So the Vineland defense holds. It's going to be a field goal attempt by Weisburn, the sophomore, who has plenty of leg for this. There's a lot that goes into a field goal. There's the blocking, the snap, the hold, the kick. Last snap was a little bit high. And Vineland will take a timeout here. Are they freezing a kicker, or are they letting everybody know, don't touch the kicker?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Being as kicker's only a sophomore, yeah, might be a little easier to shake him up.
Also shake up your long snapper, Hunter Reese, for Township. The junior, 6'3", 180 is the long snapper. Holder, Joe Nathan, silver. So everybody's going to get to think about it, not just Weisberg. It's nice on that pass play. You watched 5 Vineland defenders converge on it.
Also a great job. They kept the outside contained, both your ends. They never allowed Friel to get out of the pocket. Keep them to the inside of the field where the rest of your team is that can help you with that tackle and shutting them down.
Good snap. Ball down, almost blocked. But it's no good, wide left.
The icing worked.
Icing worked, and not only that, that drive that had so much momentum for Township, looking to go up 2 scores. The defense holds at 1st and goal at the 10, and then the kick is missing. There was heavy pressure on that one. I thought it was going to get blocked.
I thought also, coming off the end, I thought he was going to get there.
21 seconds to go. Let's see if Vineland's going to
Victory
just
formation.
slow it down here. I can't call it
We'll
that.
call it
but
victory,
they're-
but
Looks like Vineland's going to take it to the half and regroup. It's Powell under center. Will take a knee. And Vineland will head into halftime. Down 7-0 in a half that could have been a little bit worse.
they avoided going down 2 touchdowns. It's only being down 7-0. I have to consider that a small victory for the defense. Now they need to step up again because Township comes out with the ball for the second half.
The defense steps up and makes a stop. Your offense has moved the ball all but that one drive. And when we talk about drives for Vineland, guess how many times they had the ball that first half? 3 times. 3 times. It was a minute of possession time in the second quarter. So Township's game of keep away with their running backs and their quarterback running and the short passing has been effective as Vineland just 3 chances with the ball. Vineland started out at their own 30, got into Township territory and threw an interception on a 4th down. Township got it back, gained a few yards, 20 yards, and then it was a fumble as Ryan Williams forces it loose. Shelton recovers it. Vineland then gets it again at the Township 41 and turns it over on downs. Township gets it back and they move the ball and have a 28-yard touchdown pass for the score. Vineland, in their worst possession, got it back, went 3 and out, and Township marched all the way down the field, taking the rest of the second quarter with them. But Vineland's defense held, setting up a field goal attempt that was no good. So as we head into the half, it's 7-0 Township on this sold-out homecoming game. Any words before we take our break?
Just look for Coach Smith to keep that defense positive after making that big stand there at the end of the quarter. Just look for the offense, Coach Volpe, Coach Heck, to make slight adjustments so we don't have those slight miscues to keep that ball moving once the ball's on offense.
Well, we'll be back for second half football right after these words from our sponsor.
The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Vineland High School football team this season. Sir Speedy, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Newfield National Bank, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Caterers, Allen Associates, Delsey ShopRite, Medio Law Firm, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, TechNed Consulting, Vineland Education Association, Begal University,
Manny and Vic's Pizzeria and Restaurant, MVP Sports Bar, Richland Carpet and Flooring, G&S Dry Cleaners, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Biondi Insurance Agency, Dr. Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, Baruffi Brothers, Lugiano Medical, Van Dodge, Assman Installation, Homestead Plumbing and Heating, the Gorgo Group, the DeWinney family, and the Russo family. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thank everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
In addition, each girl will have a special person who will join her during her introduction. We would like to thank Brava Vita Flower and Gifts for donating the roses for tonight's presentation. Now we will start the presentation of this year's homecoming court. Tonight's first member of the 2019 homecoming court is Miss Emma Avis. Escort, Spencer Lamano. Flower Boy, Jonah Avis. The charity that Emma is representing is Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Emma chose this because last year she spent almost a month in the hospital and almost 3 months out of school after being diagnosed with Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune disease and currently has no cure. She hopes that one day a cure is found so no one has to fight the lifelong struggle of this disease. Her future goals: attending college for education, major in inclusive education, and become a special education teacher. Emma wants to be able to do what she loves most: help change lives. Emma's favorite teacher, Lieutenant Colonel Lumpkin, because she has been Emma's school mom for 4 years. Emma says that she could not get through a day without her, and she doesn't know what she'll do without seeing her every day next year. Her quote to live by: grow through what you go through. Favorite high school memory: winning marching band regional sophomore year with her best friends. She says it was a feeling she'll never forget with the greatest group of people. Emma would like to give a shout out to her grandparents, Pat and Jack Avis. Tonight, joining Emma on the field as her special person is her boyfriend and best friend, Hunter Reese. Miss Emma Avis. Miss Kaylee Benetatabis. Escort, Joe Rigo. Flower Boy, James Benetatabis. The charity that Kaylee is representing is Leukemia and Lymphoma. She chose this charity in honor of her dad, who was diagnosed with lymphoma. School activities: winter and spring track, French club, freshman transition, interact. Kaylee's favorite teachers are Mrs. Mason and Mrs. Hall. Her favorite high school memories are prom and homecoming court. Where does she see herself in 5 years? In 5 years, Kaylee sees herself working in sports broadcasting for the Flyers and married to Carter Hart, who is the Flyers goaltender. Her favorite quote: your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Tonight, joining Kaylee on the field as her special person is her father, Justin Benetatabis. Miss Kaylee Benetatabis. Introducing the third member of the homecoming court, Miss Lauren Laletta. Escort, Jason Leonard. Flower Boy, Rocco Garazzo. The charity that Lauren is representing, Rise Up Charity, because it advances girls' and women's rights and gives them opportunities for better futures. School activities: President of Student Council, cheerleading, lacrosse, and freshman transition. The advice Lauren gives to underclassmen is to go to every school event with your friends and don't think you are too cool, because someday you are going to be wishing for more time. Her favorite high school memory: senior beach day. Future goals: majoring in business, attend a law school in a big city, have a family, and live near my parents and siblings. Tonight, joining Lauren on the field as her special guest is her mother, Marianne Lavetta. Miss Lauren Lavetta. The next senior vying for homecoming queen is Miss Megan Leonard. Escort Joe Destra, Flower Boy Brett Leonard. The charity that Megan is representing, From We Can't to We Can. She chose this because the nonprofit is run by Trinity Monet, who is 18 and creates books with superheroes who have disabilities. Megan's brother grew up with a feeding tube until age 6, so this empowering organization inspires her. Her school activities and sports: Class Council Executive Board, Plays and Musicals, Drama Club, National Honor Society, National Thespian Society, Transition, Peer Counseling, Chorus, and Senior Directed Cabaret Director. Megan's favorite teacher, Dr. Maselli, because he changed her life. She says that he never gave up on her, even when she tried to give up on herself. He reminded her of who she was when she needed him the most. Where does Megan see herself in 5 years? A peppy and enthusiastic newly graduated teacher desperately trying to find a position. Quote to live by: happy to be here, happy to be alive. Tonight, joining Megan on the field as her special person is her mother and best friend, Dina Leonard. Miss Megan Leonard. Tonight's next candidate in the court is Miss Caitlin Mountford. Escort Jared Metchell. Flower Boy Case Iconelli. Charity that Caitlin is representing, Make-A-Wish Foundation. She chose this charity because her friend Nicole McLaughlin was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease, Levin syndrome. At the age of 2, Nico was granted a wish by the Make-A-Wish Foundation that was life-changing. School activity sports, Township tennis team and Interact. 3 words that best describe Caitlin: compassionate, kind, and quiet. Where does she see herself in 5 years? Graduated from college, working in the field of fashion, and hopefully driving a Mercedes. Advice underclassmen: make the most of the 4 years of your high school experience, because before you know it, you will be saying goodbye to the people you have known throughout your school years. Tonight, joining Caitlin on the field as her special person is her friend, a Make-A-Wish recipient, Nico McLaughlin. Miss Caitlin Mountford. The 6th member of the homecoming court is Miss Jessica Nelson. Escort Dan Doherty. Flower Boy Joey Yacovone. The charity that Jessica is representing, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, because they do a lot of important research and treatments, and is a charity where her grandparents would always make a donation. School activities, Student Council, Dance Company, FBLA Co-President, National Honor Society, and Interact. Quote to live by: you have to find what sparks a light in you so that you in your own way can illuminate the world. Favorite high school memory: the Super Bowl when the Eagles won. Jessica's advice to underclassmen is to surround yourself with good people and step out of your comfort zone. Don't let tryouts or applications scare you. Get involved. It never hurts to try. Future goal: just try to get into college. Tonight, joining Jessica on the field as her special person is her father, Scott Nelson. Miss Jessica Nelson. The next candidate for homecoming queen is Miss Isabel Pingle. Escort Justin Bautista. Flower Boy Michael Leone. The charity that Isabel is representing, Lung Cancer Research Foundation, because her grandfather passed away from it. School activities, Class Council, Soccer, Spanish Club, National Honor Society, Spanish Honors, Math Honor Society, and Science Honor Society. To describe herself in 3 words, Taco Bell enthusiast. Quote to live by, keep your head up, princess, your tiara is falling. Favorite high school memory, winning South Jersey Group 4 championship for soccer her sophomore year. Tonight, joining Isabel on the field as her special person is her sister, Gabrielle Pingle. Miss Isabel Pingle. Introducing the 8th member of the homecoming court, Miss Rachel Rhoda. Escort, Joey Basic. Flower Boy, Rocco Riccardi. Charity, Rachel is representing Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Rachel's cousin Mia was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 18 months old. Rachel can see firsthand how it affects family, and she hopes to educate and make people more aware of this disease. Her school activities and sports. Rachel has been involved with basketball, Interact, freshman transition, peer outreach, Project Unity, team setup, and dance company. Rachel's future goals are to travel all 50 states and become a kindergarten or first grade teacher. 3 words to describe Rachel: neat freak, goofy, free-spirited. Her favorite high school memory is in varsity basketball game, catching a full court pass from her best friend, E.J. Johns, with 1.1 seconds left and scoring the game-winning shot at the buzzer. Rachel would like to thank her 2 moms and dad for making this day and her high school career so special and sentimental. She could not do anything without them. To the birth giver, a.k.a. Ape, thank you for being my rock and the best role model of a mom. I hope one day my kids look up to me as much as I do to you. Jennifer, thank you for being my biggest fan of anything and everything I do. I know you will always be Team Rachel. Dad, thank you for being my personal chef. I will always admire your goofiness and your compassion for others. You guys mean the world to me, and I love you endlessly. Tonight, joining Rachel on the field as her special person is her sister, Linda. Miss Rachel Rhoda. The next Washington Township High School senior in this year's homecoming court, Miss Juliana Ruffino. Escort, Michael Harrington. Flower Boy, Landon Heel. The charity Juliana is representing, Childhood Leukemia Foundation, because her cousin Kenzie is a leukemia survivor and Juliana looks up to her. Favorite teacher, Missy Tour and Mrs. Hall. Juliana's school activities and sports, Step Up, yearbook, and softball. Her favorite high school memory, going to the football games with her best friends. Quote to live by, life is only as good as the people you get to share it with. Advice underclassmen, you don't need a certain number of friends, just a number of friends you can be certain of. Tonight, joining Juliana on the field as her special person is her cousin, Kenzie Heel. Miss Juliana Ruffino. The next candidate for homecoming queen, Miss Julia Sedgwick. Escort, Daniel Oberman. Flower Boy, Andrew Sedgwick. The charity that Julie is representing, Children's Hospital Philadelphia. She chose this because she wants every child to be able to experience special moments like tonight in her life, and the Children's Hospital Philadelphia makes it possible for that to happen. School activity sports, class council, French club, freshman transition, peer counselor, math league, science league, DECA, junior achievement, French National Honor Society, Science Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta. Favorite teacher, Mrs. Hudak. Advice underclassmen, high school will be the fastest 4 years of your life. Go to every dance, every football game, play a sport or join a club. Before you know it, will be too late, so make the most of your time here. Quote to live by, make good choices today so you don't have regrets tomorrow. Tonight, joining Julia on the field as her special person is her sister, Alex Sedgwick. Miss Julia Sedgwick. Introducing the 11th member of the 2019 Homecoming Court, Miss Macy Trout. Escort, David Forsanito. Flower Boy, Mikey Elijah. Charity that Macy is representing. Butter Pear, providing education for all. This organization is near to my heart because my sister started in one of her trips to Africa. Her school activities are sports, National Honor Society, Tri-M Music Honor Society, Exec Board, Chorus, Softball, French Honor Society, and Renaissance. Where does she see herself in 5 years? Macy sees herself helping people and starting a real life for herself in her career and with the people who mean the most to her. Her favorite teacher, Mrs. Scardino. 3 words to describe herself: quirky, happy, and vegan. Quote to live by: I know there are people who say these things don't happen. I know these will all be stories in the end, but right now we are all alive. And at this moment, I swear, we are infinite. Tonight, joining Macy on the field as her special person is her boyfriend, Marco Santos. Miss Macy Trout. Last but certainly not least, the final candidate in this year's Homecoming Court, Miss Myra Wilkins. Escort, Rashid Edmonds. Flower Boy, Jonah Rodriguez. Charity that Myra is representing. Children's Heart Foundation because of her baby sister. School activities, sports, dance company, African American Culture Club, and NAACP. Favorite teachers, Mrs. Mason and Mr. Hart. Quote to live by: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's Maya Angelou. Favorite high school memory, my first dance company performance. I was so nervous when I got on stage and performed in front of everyone. When I got off stage, I cried because I was so happy. Future goals, she sees herself as an HBCU of her choice, studying to become a zoologist, also to become a travel enthusiast while studying exotic animals and exploring different cultures. Tonight, joining Myra on the field as her special person is her stepfather, Robert. Miss Myra Wilkins. How about a nice round of applause for all 12 candidates, 2019 Washington Township Homecoming Court. Before we announce the homecoming queen, we want to thank Salon Giovanna Marie for donating hair service for each girl for this special night. We would also like to thank again Bravo Vita Flower and Gifts for donating the long stem roses for each girl tonight. At this time, would you please welcome the 2018 homecoming queen, Miss Janine Morrow, escorted by Scott Bonobo. Miss Janine Morrow, 2018 Washington Township Homecoming Queen. Now that all the homecoming candidates are on the field, let's begin the most exciting part of this evening. Flower Boys, in one moment you will be bringing your candidate the box of flowers that you have been holding. Girls, do not open the box until instructed. At this time, the special person, please take one step back. Okay, Flower Boys, please walk over and hand your box of flowers to your girl. Do not open them yet. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the homecoming candidate with a box of white roses will be this year's homecoming queen. Escorts, now please help your girl open the box. I am proud to announce this year's homecoming queen, Miss Rachel Rhoda. Washington Township High School 2019 Homecoming Queen, Miss Rachel Rhoda. Have a nice round of applause for the homecoming court and Miss Rachel Rhoda as the homecoming queen.
Welcome back as we get ready for the second half kickoff. It'll be Township receiving. Well, as we get into that halftime, the Vineland defense makes a stand. Heavy pressure, has the kicker pull the ball a little bit wide, so it's only 7-0. If you're Township, you've got to feel fantastic. Everything has worked well for you, and you're able to execute your offense. And it's just been little cracks and seams, and running backs getting 3 yards. During the break, you mentioned what this was reminiscent of. I don't want to take that from you. So what were we talking about, T?
Just after break, we were talking. This is very reminiscent of a game, let's say 3 years ago, the Isaiah Pacheco, Naeem Anderson senior year, playing against St. Augustine Prep. Far out away. Vineland was the better team. However, St. Augustine Prep executed the perfect game plan. They played that keep away. They ran ball control offense, got little chunks at a time, kept the ball moving, kept Vineland's offense off of the field. I couldn't put my finger on it during that half, but as soon as the half was over, it kicked in. That's exactly what that was. And that seems to be exactly what Washington Township is doing today.
And that was a one-possession game where 3 times in the fourth quarter, Vineland's inside the 30. So you're playing with a little bit of fire. But that's what happened. As we mentioned, Vineland with just 3 possessions. I do not count a kneel down with 14 seconds to go. 3 possessions for Vineland in that whole first half. Township dominating the time of possession, playing keep away from the big bully. And one thing, looking at the offense, Township is selling out at the line of scrimmage more so than they have in any of the games I've watched. The secondary isn't lazy getting to the line, and they're able to make stops. But the problem with that is once you break through, you're going to be gone. So there's an opportunity for big chunks in the running game. The passing game just a little slow. There's a couple opportunities to get rid of a ball. Powell gets some late pressure. Look for him to settle in. One thing Tyreen Powell does outstanding is stand in a pocket, take a hit, and he's able to throw without getting that front foot down and put something on it. So I think offensively things are there for Vineland. They can clean up that defense, which is hard to do because the backs are just hiding. Nocelli, 5'9", is underneath the shoulder pad level of the Vineland defense and just picking his way, not looking to get 7 yards, looking to get the 3, and he's been successful in that. Friel, you couldn't ask for a better half than what he did. Your complementary pieces like Cisco, outstanding there. So I don't know if they do execute at that level this half, if they get a win still, but I certainly don't know if that's going to be something they can do. They've not shown that all year long, but playing with the boost from sold-out homecoming, you figure is going to get you a quarter. Your play got you another quarter, This drive here is where Vineland can start to take back over on Township.
Yes, stop giving up. Even if they're small chunks, still stop giving up those small chunks. Make that big play. Make those tackles for a loss in the backfield. Force them to have to get to 12, 13, 14, 15 yards to get that first down.
And just 2 penalties on Township in that first half. A minor face mask after a 30-yard gain, and then a celebration penalty. So Vineland's going to squib it themselves, but this one gets through to the back line. Not much there. Back to the 25 for Cisco.
You almost want to look for Vineland, take a page out of Washington Township's defensive scheme here, and start crowding that line. Force them to open it up. I mean, but, you know, you put your corners a little bit of an island, one-on-one, but you're shutting down that run. You're shutting down those small chunks.
So 2 backs alongside Friel to start this off. There's a good stop there for no gain or loss of 1 on the play. Ryan Williams gets up from the bottom of there along with Turner.
D-line up front, great job standing all the offensive linemen straight up, not giving the running back any holes to pick through.
Yeah, DeMarcus Rivers, a junior at 6'1", 335 at the nose. He's able to slide a little bit and keep that clogged up on that one. So second, we're officially making no gain, 2nd and 10. Friel to throw this time. He locks in on a receiver and overthrows it. Overthrown, but Vineland breaking for the ball like they should. And Rivera comes up to make the stop, but the ball sails over his head as that's Friel's first errant pass.
Yeah, Rivera, excellent job on breaking on that pass. Just got through his hands there, though.
So 3rd and 10. This is just what the doctor ordered here. If Vineland's able to make a stop, they'll gain some field position. Township going to put receivers on both sides. Keep Nocelli alongside of Friel. See if Friel tries to roll himself into some time. Vineland sends pressure. Pressure's getting through. Rivers flushes him. Now Friel pulls up, has nowhere to go, fires late, and it's picked. Friel tried to do too much, and Tony steps up and makes the interception.
Always an ill-advised throw by especially a young quarterback, high school quarterback, to throw across your body. There's nothing good waiting for you in the middle of that field.
Not sure. I called Tony on that one, but it was Turner. Last week it was Turner's interception returned for a touchdown. Called it perfectly. Turner with the interception to the 10-5. Turner in the end zone. And then Elliott DeShields goes, that was Rivera on this. I'm like, oh, my gosh. But another interception. That's 3 in the last 2 games.
Let's hear Vineland here offensively take advantage of this.
Arthur tries to get up through the middle. Not much there, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Jack Dunza didn't make the tackle, but he blew up that side of the offensive line and really stuffed the run before it started. Too much traffic back there, but we'll get a yard on that. 2nd and 9. Yeah, Vineland is at the 31.
Defensively for Washington Township, while I watched film, he was the one thing that did stand out. He got a lot of pressure.
There it is. Dump it.
Complete and fumbled by Shelton, but Vineland back on top of it, just short of the first down, make it 3rd and 2.
No, it's not. We need a yard. We need a yard. You hear me? We need a yard.
So 3rd and a couple. Nice catch by
Mason.
Shelton.
Excellent job being alert. Saw the ball come loose from Shelton. Dove on it because there were nothing but Washington Township players around.
Who ended up?
Mason.
Oh, Mason. Levi Manson.
Manson, sorry.
Manson. I always say Manson. But right on the spot. Fortunately, Vineland retains. 3rd and short now. Powell takes it himself. He runs into a load of defenders, but he has the first down and then some, gain of about 4 on the play, getting Vineland to the 21-yard line of the Minutemen. And Township had the ball, did exactly what they didn't want to do. Nothing was there. the first mistake that Friel's made. Instead of tucking it, picking up a couple yards and punting it, extends the play, good pursuit by Vineland, and then tries to force the ball late back to the middle of the field from the side. So Vineland needs to
He
capitalize
saw his
on
safety
that.
valve in Leone, thought he could get him. Just wasn't there for him.
Powell rolls now. He's looking to throw. He has time. Now he plants his foot and heads up the field, and there's that speed by Tyreen Powell through the middle for the touchdown. The acceleration.
Excellent job by Tyreen Powell, realizing all his receivers were covered. He had nothing. Cut it upfield, used his speed, used his power to get into the end zone.
Boy, when he planted that outside foot and came back across the green, you see that acceleration and speed that everybody loves. And, boy, an outstanding running. Nice job by that O-line, giving Powell some time on that rollout. He had a lot of time. Now we have Garton in for the kickoff to Turner hold.
Yes, that was more of a coverage run more than it was a line breaking down. Coverage was there defensively, so he had nothing to throw to. So he did the smart thing instead of trying to force it in, took the ball upfield.
Good snap by Ojeda. It's nearly blocked, but Garton booms it through. Ties this one up. Just 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the second half. Vineland has answered and knotted this up. The interception by Turner, then finishing it off with an exciting run by Powell.
Vineland executing perfectly on both sides of the ball, opening it up on defense, forcing a turnover, coming out of offense. When the offense comes out, takes full advantage of that turnover, scores their first touchdown of the game.
Now we ask that defense one more time. Let's get another 3 and out here. And then not only does momentum swing, but you lose that boost that Township has been riding on. And now you got to take a look at Friel. What's he going to do when he gets back out there?
Because he did get a little shaky with that. Vineland sent, but they're both their linebackers on the twist up the A-gaps, which that's what forced him out of the pocket, which also forced him into that bad decision of throwing back across his body.
But a big game in your junior season, trying to lead your team to what most would consider an upset win. You push too hard. Can you dial it back and play possession football, or are you going to press again and compound the issues? This one back to the 19. Cisco has nowhere to go as the middle is contained.
34 is coming onto the field, Coach.
Looked like Willie Davis in there on the stop on special teams.
All the kicks today, Vineland, very good coverage, getting down there, keeping those the returners from making any big gains. They're getting the ball 5 yards later. They're making the kicking unit getting down there, making that contact, shutting them down, not allowing them to squeak out to the sides or anything like that.
Garton not just drilling it at some up guy. He's actually getting it to the back line where they can't start with a head of speed. 2 backs alongside Friel. And they give up the middle to Nocelli, and he's got his 2, but not his 3, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, you had that just stack both down on this side.
Shelton doing a good job there, stepping up, filling that hole, keeping his arms fully extended to keep that blocker from pushing him back any further, holding that to a 2-yard gain.
Well, Shelton's a senior now. His sophomore year, before he was quarterback, played safety and played it really well in my mind as an observer, not as a coach looking at all the game film. But it's nice to have him. He stopped. DeMarcus Rivers has him by the shirt.
Defensive
And Kent rips him down at the end. And Vineland's going to draw the foul on that.
Motions ran a little high on that play for Kent.
Do think the officials kind of let it go on a little long, too. That's got to get blown a little sooner, but big break for Township here.
Vineland needs to quickly put that one behind them. They've been doing a good job the second half so far on defense.
Well, you stop them behind the line, it's going to be 3rd and about 12. Not anymore, though. As the officials confer, and up the field they head. That's going to bring them all the way to Vineland territory at the 49. And now we're marching back.
Offsetting.
And now we're going to come back to the 36.
The referee has not made any signal as to exactly what's going on.
So the penalty marked off gets them a first down at the Vineland 49. Then the dead ball penalty against Township moves it back to the 36, but it will be first and 10 at the 36. So a horrible foul that could have set them up a little better. Fortunately, the discipline on Township side not as high either, and they get some back.
Gets it because it's better for Vineland to have Township take the ball over in their own 36 other than the Vineland's own 49 here.
I think they're almost done talking about it. They seem to all be in agreement. So first and 10 Township at the 36. So let's D it back up, boys. See if Friel comes to the short side here.
Good
Pressure
throw.
by Turner. Friel steps up, comes back, and there's Turner from behind. Rips him down.
That's Ryan Williams, Coach.
That's Ryan Williams. Thank you. Ryan Williams got up the field on his rush, flushed Friel out, and then came back as Friel slid.
Never
slid
gave up
over.
on the play. It's what you want to see out of your DNs.
That's one of our Bridgeton Cherry Street alumni where me and Terry Love both taught. I counseled, he taught together. Ryan was one of our students there, made the move to Vineland, and it really made a big play setting them back. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
These are the situations we were talking about that Vineland need to put Washington Township in.
This is that, they came out of it. That was that screen formation that they executed pretty well.
Slip
and
screen.
It's tipped, but caught. But that defense is there. Nazir Broom gets
excellent
his head
job
up.
there, yes.
And then Rivera and company make the stop.
Recognizing that little slip screen there, went in, got up high, deflected that ball a little bit, gave the other D-backs a chance to get in there and make that tackle.
Little different wrinkle. I was waiting for that up top, and when motion came, I forgot we had two down here too. But the same exact play, but going to the short side of the field, which is something Township does. This is almost their run with Friel to the short side formation here. See if they just try to get a few yards instead of it. No, they're going to throw it. Drop back, looking deep, fires, and over the head of Leone, incomplete. The defense holds. So after that, I guess we call it a late hit. It's really a late wrestle down penalty, which was a penalty, of
Yes.
course. And after that, Vineland withstands, and they will get the ball back. And there's still 6:43 to go in the third.
Plenty of time to get this ball back and put some more positive points on the board. You should get it in pretty good field position.
Tony and Broom back for Vineland. See if Shelton can get a little push up in the middle. Let's just lay off that kicker and take that ball back. High end over end. Broom lets it hop. Tony takes it. Stutter steps up in the middle. Now getting to the outside.
That corner? Can he get that corner?
Boy, he stretches that out. Really nice. Outrunning Palmarico.
It's a late flag there, Rich.
You know, it's even in the NFL nowadays, it's just so difficult on a kick play, whether it's a kickoff, a punt. Defenders now, you call fouls when, and that one I missed. I didn't actually see a clip out there. It probably happened, but
Yes.
they're able, when they're scraping, to just duck a shoulder in, and then if you even put a pinky on them, it's a foul.
Yes.
But you had position. They went inside. You're both running the same direction, and you touch them. I'm not talking about this way, but just in general. That's why in the NFL they've kind of done away with kickoff returns by letting people boot it through the end zone. And what happens on these are the best, highly skilled, highly trained football players
And it
in
still
the
happens
world,
with them.
and 35% of the time there's still that same foul on those plays. So very difficult to avoid the penalties.
It's so hard when you're running at full speed to make that adjustment. The person you're blocking makes the adjustment, just dips that shoulder. Well, it's hard for you at the same time where you're trying to block them to make that same adjustment.
We were watching one of Township's games, and they had a really nice return. I forget if it was a punt or on an interception. And a guy pulled off, just touched the guy on the back like he's patting his grandmother, and they threw a flag on it, and now you can't even seal and crack back on the inside, and you can't even do it just by putting your hands out either if you're not hitting hard. Reminds me of Anderson, Naheem. He would hit people clean, but it would be so hard that there would be a penalty
appearance of it
for hitting too hard.
Yes, just the appearance of somebody coming off their feet was enough for the ref to throw a flag.
So Vineland at the 41, 1st and 10, tied up game. All that stuff aside, we've got great field position to start this drive. We've withstood that penalty like we withstood the other penalty. Now it's time for that offense to get it in there the second time. Now Vineland goes back to the short side. Nice defensive play. When linebackers came up and filled that really good. His first time Vineland tries to run counter or belly back underneath of there.
It's one of the advantages of backers playing a little closer to the line. Once you read it, it's easier for you to get to that line of scrimmage and try to shut that running back down.
It's like Ojeda in there on the offensive line right now. Powell to throw. Looking for an outlet. Stutter steps. He's hit and brought down. Big loss on that one. That's a drive-killing loss.
A loss of 10 there, it looks like, Rich.
So Ojeda in at center for rep.
Oh, there was a flag on Township? Or no?
Oh, jeez.
Another late flag.
Looks like we got a face mask call.
Personal foul, face mask.
Well, that's a heck of a turnaround. So 2nd and 2. Powell stayed on his feet long enough to draw the foul, almost like basketball.
Hey, you're a big physical guy. Why not?
Big pressure through the A-gaps. Powell has nowhere to go, but can he use his legs? Gets to the outside, jumps forward, has the first down and a gate about 9. That was all Powell there as
All
the A-gaps are
athleticism.
blown up.
That was Powell's big physical body, athletic body there to shed that first tackle and actually turn that into a positive situation for him.
Looked like a deer running away from a pack of lions. So just halfway through this third at 5:15 in running. So now
Seems to be Vineland controlling the clock a little more in this half.
here this one's coming down your throat. Powell under center. Give to Broom. He's hit, but he bounces out. Stretches the sideline. Looks like he's going to head up and have the first down. Nice speed on that play by Broom.
Realizing it wasn't there up the middle with the design of the play, bounced it to the outside, got the corner and turned it up.
Well, rep the center. Last time he was out, there was a little trouble with that long snap.
Guess what, Rich? Another late flag.
And we're back. Is it going to stay first or was it dead ball? Okay. So first again, first down and 11. Powell to throw. He's got a deep receiver.
He's open deep.
Oh, not able to hold on. Powell hitting. Nice job as he broke free.
Is that Levi Manson out there? Or not sure.
Yeah, I believe it was. Manson had it deflect off his hands a couple times, not able to pull it down.
Caught the backers in the corner looking in the backfield. They bid on the jet sweep. He was wide open behind them.
And the bad thing is you can't do that again in 3 plays. You're not going to get that again, so it's kind of like taking your shot, and you got to put that one away now. Probably have to run the jet sweep before you go back to anything anyway that way. There's Broom. Not much up the middle. Tries to get to the outside. Good containment by Township. And like right then, you just heard the whistle. After forward momentum was stopped, he was driven back 3 yards. No wonder some of these late hit plays are happening. Sometimes I can't hear him with the headsets. I heard that one, but it should have been blown quite a while before. And you're almost
forward momentum will stop. That's when that whistle should blow.
You're almost asking the late guy to get a penalty.
Can't blame a kid. You know, you're told to play to the whistle, so.
So 3rd and long for Vineland, 3rd and 11. Ball at the Township 42. Let's see if Shelton tries to get a little seam in the middle here. Township sending everybody they have. It's thrown out and complete. And that's going to be short of the first down, but it shouldn't let Vineland go for it.
4th and 2 situation. I think here this is one you need to go for. Nazir Broom, excellent job picking up that blitz, the backer blitzing through the A-gap. He stepped up from his running back position.
And a nice job up front. The new center, Ojeda, picked up the other side with some help. The offensive line gave just enough time to do what you needed to do. And I still think you got deep post over top of the safety who's coming up.
Yeah, with the backers playing up as far as they are, it's leaving the middle of that field a little exposed.
And you can drag your tight end, get the safety up, and go deep like you did before. Let's see. Powell takes it himself.
Power football.
And he's got the first down. Oh. Looked like he had come forward. I don't know if he stepped out of bounds or not, but it looked like he dove over to the 30.
From our vantage point, it looked like he was over the 30.
That's what I thought, but it's a stop by Township. Yeah, I thought he had that easy.
I had at least a yard.
They mark it all the way back to the 32. We had a first half with just 2 penalties.
They're making up for it now.
And it's not just the penalties. I mean, not on the field, but I mean, he fell across the 30.
6 feet is 6 feet, no matter how you cut it. That's a pretty big difference.
Especially to be even a yard and a half behind it. Nocelli in the middle. Rivers wrestles him down with some help. Gain of about 2.5.
Rivers, excellent job because Nocelli had those shoulders down and he stood him up.
Yeah, we've seen some flashes from Rivers this year. He's had a few games where he has just started to take over on the inside, and the combination of him and Herring with your speed on the other side of Williams. So officially 2nd and 7. High snap. Friel takes it. He's got a seam, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3. The ball loose on the ground. Let's see. Let's point that way. And it's Vineland football at the 40.
Looks like when Frill got upended there, the ball came loose.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier, the interception. Instead of managing the game, trying to do a little bit too much. Nice job defensively for Vineland. So they have that misconnection on the touchdown, but now they have the ball right back at the 41-yard line. We are at 2:11 to go in the 3rd. Powell fakes it, looks to throw, dumps it in the middle. Didn't see the linebacker there, but fortunately not able to come up with that one.
Initially, Shelton was there, but the linebacker just drifted back into that position, kind of put himself in that passing lane.
And Louis Griggs had it, hit him, but not able to come up. It almost looked like Shelton was going to pick it off the deflection. So 2nd and 10, Vineland. Powell gives to Arthur. That's the kind of running you'd like to see.
Square those shoulders to the line, turn up in that hole, and get those positive yards.
That's something I thought we'd have a little more success, but you have a mixed up offensive line right now too, which doesn't help because you're one assignment away and they're pressing their backers up so far. You are outnumbered up on the line. And as we mentioned, it just takes one missed tackle or one broken tackle sometimes to pick up big handfuls, if not more. So 3rd and 4. Powell's going to throw it. He rolls. It's a screen back. Broom makes a nice move, and there's a stupid flag thrown.
It had been a couple plays. We needed that flag, I guess.
Isn't that completed behind the line of scrimmage? Thought they were going to call the center for being downfield.
Yeah. There you go to 3rd and 14. There, Broom made a very nice move after his initial catch to make that defender miss, and then got the positive yards. Unfortunately, flag was thrown for holding.
It's almost like these officials got together at halftime and said, hey, we haven't thrown many flags, and I got this special pink one for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I got to fly it out there. So 3rd and about 16. Nice reception on the play. But it's going to be short of the 1st down, but Vineland will probably go for it again here as they need about 4 more off the Shelton catch.
Shelton, good job there getting his feet down. That was a tough catch. He had to go up and get it. Still managed to have enough concentration on that to get his feet touchdown and bounds.
Where do you run that pattern to? You got to get to the sticks. So Vineland looks like they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, nothing burns a coach up more. If you're not running to the sticks, you know we need that 1st down. Get all the way to the sticks before you make your break your pattern off.
So the 31 is the 1st down. Now we have a little time to look at it. If we get to that 31, it's 1st down. You hop under center. Let Arthur pound it up in there. It's got to be harder to do without everybody in on that line.
With the defensive line situation,
But then again, and with
I would still go for it. Cop under center and just go ahead and try to pound it forward.
now it was Township's big play on a 4th and a little bit that they rolled Friel and connected with Leone for the touchdown. This situation lends a little bit more to that because you don't just need 2 feet, less than a yard. So big play here for Vineland trying to regain possession, but it looks like Shelton's going to drop back to kick it. Try to pin Township deep. It goes inside the 10, down to about the 7. So we'll put that defense out there. Hope they can make a stop and get you the ball back.
Perfect opportunity for a 3 and
position.
out. You get great field position. If it wasn't for the unfortunate penalty, Vineland's offense was putting it together on that drive, that last drive.
So 1:07 to go in the 3rd. As you know, we're knotted up here. But field position now is turned to Vineland. Vineland's offense has moved the ball better than Township this half. Township with the 2 turnovers, the interception by Turner and the fumble by Friel. Right now, Township just hoping for one of those 11-minute drives. Boy, nice run by Noselli there to
Yes,
pick
it
up
was.
a little bit, about a handful.
Did a good job there running through first contact,
It's like
forcing multiple people to bring him down.
like a pinball bouncing around. It's tough to zone in on him.
6 yards now carry by Gittone brings up second down, 4 yards to go.
Overloading the short side. Friel to pass. He has time, fires it complete, just ahead of the first down markers for a first down.
Friel pass complete to number 7, Jermaine Cisco. Next yard, good for a first down. First and 10 Township.
Receiver realizing where the first down was, ran his route to the sticks, pulled in that reception to keep the ball moving.
Hope Coach Parentazzi's Temple game he's at today goes well for him. We miss him up here in the booth, but I'd love to have you with me, Terry, as we get ready for the fourth quarter.
All right. Vineland have a quick talk. Try to get ready for this 3 and out here on this next series. That's going to open up the fourth quarter. Still in a good situation to give the offense pretty good field position. Hopefully they can put it together right here.
You know, one thing watching the Vineland offense this year is they can throw the ball and they can run the ball. So sometimes it's a nice balance, but you haven't established something. And you'd like to have that back like Noselli, like they're using. And there's all different. Noselli doesn't make on Broom's flat pass, Broom the running back. Noselli doesn't make somebody miss and pick up 20 more yards. But by the same token, Noselli is able to pick up 3, 3.5 through the gut, different running backs. No doubt moving forward, Anthony Arthur continues to grow and hit the hole hard. As a sophomore going in, he could become that, much like Seymour was
Yes.
and Anderson was, where they can break a couple tackles and make some big things. Noselli picking his way this time, falls forward, but not for too many as he's just out at the 20-yard line, so gain of 2. Again, Rivers grabbing hold and pulling him down.
Vineland would be happy to keep Washington Township to those 2-yard gains, force them into a punting situation.
You know, from everything I've seen, this may be Township's best offensive game that I've watched with their execution. I know it got a little sloppy here with a couple of turnovers, but this is where you can see if Friel's going to take it himself. Nope. Quick out. Complete. Just need to wrap in the tackle on the Vineland defense there, setting up third and about 5.
Yeah, good job of making that tackle. At least holding him up until he could get some help to bring that receiver down.
That's the corner, Tony, doing a nice job as he was off him, but came up, broke down, and made a nice stop. So this is definitely a stop here, gets you a punt. Deep in their own side of the field, inside the 25. 3 receivers.
We're overloading here to the wide side of the field.
And offsides, Vineland. That's going to give them a first down and keep that clock moving at 10:30.
Yeah, you know every coach on that sideline was telling every defensive player, watch that ball.
And the other thing is, if you're blitzing, sometimes you may not want to show it. Like if you start, oh, wait a minute. What's happening here? They're saying the offense moves. So when you show your stunt, you allow even if the quarterback doesn't adjust at this level, you allow your linemen to know, no offense, but when you're on the inside, let me stick out a foot.
Yes.
Let me just try to push this guy over to the other one. Let me chip him and then reach the other one. So sometimes not showing gets you there half a second later, but gets you through clean.
Yes.
So 3rd and 9. And this is what we were talking the first half. Can they withstand a 5-yard negative penalty with this offense?
Yeah, the ball control offense, this is the time you don't want to be in these situations.
And there's another flag. And now they're going to give it back. So on the outside, covering the receiver in press coverage, this has happened before. The defensive back will put his hands up, and those hands go over
Into
the
that
line.
neutral zone, yeah.
So back to that 3rd and, which I called 5, but it looks like 4.
Long 4, we'll call it.
There you go. 10-26. Defense needs one more stop here to let the offense get them a little cushion.
Back to that situation, you know every coach on that Vineland sideline is
Watch
telling
the
every
ball.
defensive player to watch that ball.
Well, at 3rd and 4, I used to like to back them up a little bit. As you see, Rivers backed off by 1.5 yards, and there goes Herring, and you get it back. Those yards come right back as getting a head start is Graves. So let's make it 9 again.
A little back and forth there.
This is where better coaches than me say, all right, look at that. No harm, no foul. No. This is a lot of foul.
No.
So 3rd and 9, different play to defend here.
Again, you're forcing a ball control offense into a long yardage situation.
And don't creep on Friel's eyes. He's looked everywhere he's thrown all game. This is the time to look somebody up off if you're Township. Back to pass, Friel to run. Breaks through. Can Kent make the play? Looks like Kent knocks him out about
3 yards
3
short
yards
there.
short. Nice speed by Kent scraping across, and wholesale changes come in as Township's going to punt it back to Vineland with 9:37 to go.
Excellent pursuit there by the Vineland defense.
All right, you got to do 2 things here. Watch the ball. We may want to remind Nas Butler is an aggressive special teamer. Watch the ball and do not touch this kicker. Just let us get the football.
No need to even go after the kicker here. You're going to end up with some good field position. Just watch that ball.
Nice kick. Just get out the way. Nice job by Rivera dropping out here in the fire call. Dropping out. Vineland's football. Very good field position at the 42. What'll take over with 9.5 to go.
Say he heard poison and hit the ground. We knew to get out of the way there.
I think it was last week we had one. They're punting to us, and me and Coach differ a lot. And I'm just saying, don't even rush him, don't even touch him, and we rough a kicker and give up a first. And it was like 3rd and 1.5 miles, but the automatic first, and it was rough.
Yeah, you and I are in that same book. Stay off. You're going to get good field position here. Stay off of them.
And Vineland did that, and now it's time for the offense. Powell sends motion in front of him. Low snap. Powell takes it himself, tries to find a spot in the middle, and a flag comes in.
Welcome to the flag party, second half here.
Oh, my gosh. Both teams executed well in the first half, but keep facing that way. All right.
Oh, he's marking it off against Township here.
In the spot that you usually get a hold, we got a 5-yard
Incidental
penalty.
face mask, I assume.
Yeah, face masking penalty.
That 5-yard penalty marks it off against Township.
I was going to say it's bad when you get a holding penalty. It's bad when you get a holding penalty on a run for no gain. Yeah.
Swings up. First down. 3 yards to go.
Backers are up, Dave. Backers are up.
So first, well, I'll call this one 4 too. 1st and 4 for Vineland.
Here's an opportunity here to throw the ball.
Here's the pitch.
It's a tall sweep.
Arthur squares it up, picks up about 1.5 yards. Going to make it 2nd in about 2.
Anthony Arthur on the carry, stopping number 55, Dylan Sharkey.
Nazir Broom checks back in.
Second down, 2 yards.
Township's done a nice job containing Powell, except for, of course, that big run. But when he's kept it himself, they've been there. See if you have a little misdirection.
Be a perfect time for it now that you know the defense is flowing to the ball as they are. Well, what the appearance of the ball is. So this would be a good shot to do some misdirection.
Look at all those blue shirts up at the line of scrimmage. Too many to block. Can Broom outrun them, though? Looks like he'll make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 1, Jaden Allen on the stop.
Again, what initially looked like he had that corner when he bounced outside. The pursuit was there.
You can't even say the offensive line isn't picking this up or isn't blocking this. There's just too many people. And it's interesting because what you like to do is dump it where the backers start out at, but that safety is flying up, and you don't have enough time to get it over his head. So a little bit of a conundrum for Powell on third. He's got some time to throw it, and in and out of the hands. Went for the first down, I don't think, anyway.
He's
So
still, with that completion, I think he was still a few yards short.
because that would have probably pulled him out of bounds. He wouldn't have been able to turn up. So Shelton back in to kick it.
Be a good time for Shelton to get off one of those line drive kicks you're talking here. Hopefully Penn Washington Township again deep in their own territory.
And there it is, angled away. And why is he letting that? Get to it, get to it, get to it. Nicely job done down at the 4-yard line.
Township returner there kind of just stared at the ball as it was rolling towards me.
And Dayon Demby with the speed downs it, and that punt's going to look beautiful. And you know what, after watching Shelton all year, their line drives away from people, but I don't know why he didn't go over and try to get that.
Yeah, in that situation, I know they say put your heels on the 10 if it's going over your head, let it go, but that one was squibbing towards you. You got to pick that one up.
All right, defense. 3 and out, here we go. We're going to end up with some better field position than the last. Friel in his end zone. For the snap, he gives. Shelton comes to the inside. They're going to hold him up, but he's going to pick up about 4. Nice first down play for Township.
Still a nice good job by Shelton coming up, keeping contained, forcing that play back to the inside.
And Shelton just an inch or two away from getting a holding call on him. It wasn't a hold, but it was almost a one.
We only saw the 0 on his back turn to his side, not fully to his front.
And how you get those holding penalties is getting separation, and that's right when they let go. So 2nd and 5. Nocelli again has an opening through the middle as Turner tries to rip the ball out on his tackle as Nocelli dives forward. He's got them a first down, and that's twice that they've started inside their 5. Ran Nocelli a few times and picked it up, and this is where the defense held last time.
Well, it looks like he's running Walter Payton style, looking for contact, not looking to get away from it. He's looking to initiate.
Seen a lot more 2-backs than we have. Getting to the outside. Here comes the containment. Still on his feet. Turner finally makes the stop, but great pursuit by Vineland.
Kept it contained, just couldn't bring him down. Luckily, there was more defenders behind you to bring him down.
Manson and Manson and Rivera helping out in there also. There's Broom. So 2nd and 8, and quickly we're down to halfway through this 4th quarter at 6:12.
Yeah, and you hold him here to a short or no gain. You put him in that 3rd and long situation.
Friel himself, stopped in the middle. Herring stays home and makes a real nice tackle on Friel, setting up 3rd and long. Going to call it 6.
Stayed right in the middle, recognized that the quarterback was keeping that one coming up the middle, made a short tackle right in that hole.
And we're going to have 2 more years after this one with Herring, who's just been outstanding since he's been on that D-line. And it's also let Rivers get in the middle where he's been a plus player in there too. So Vineland showing a stunt with both backers up there. And there's the run. Can you get to him? And the ball's loose on the ground. Who's going to take it in? Barry Turner once again.
Keon Herring getting in the backfield quick, forcing that turnover.
So Herring with his second big play in a row, and Turner with his second defensive touchdown in as many weeks with the scoop and score. So Turner has announced with the fumble, touchdown, the sack. You force a fumble, get a sack, pick it up. And congratulations, Barry Turner, but Herring, that's 2 great plays in a row. Vineland the kick. Off Turner's hold. Don't celebrate too long, Barry. Catch this one from Ojeda as Garton looks to put it through. Good snap. It's down. The kick is up, and Garton's good once again. 14-7 Vineland. 5:24 on the clock.
Such a great tool to have, a short kicker. Because those 2 points go to 2-point conversion all the time. Doesn't always work out. It seems like you only need 2-3 yards, but sometimes that's hard. When you have that short kicker that can put it through for you, it's a big, big advantage to your team.
And Garton, a junior, will be back next year. Again, one of the better field goal kickers. The leg strength continues to improve. We don't get to see it on kickoffs because Vineland's approach used to be high fly ball to the 25. Now we're squibbing, which is fine because it was last week's coverage.
Yes.
And you almost want to make an offense beat you, you know.
Hey, but like you said, this week he's doing exactly what he's being told to do. Get it over the up backs. Get it to the big, the big burners, but your coverage is getting down there and handling that short tackling. So there's really no harm in what he's doing, but as far as where he's kicking the ball this week.
We're coming off Robert Kling, who set most of our kicking records that we can muster. Having a field goal kicker, and Kling also had touchback ability. You look for Garton next year to have touchback ability.
He's only going to get bigger and stronger, yes.
So when he does that, it's also going to be a great advantage for the Fighting Clans. But now it's time to play a little defense, but first we got to make it stop here. Pooch through, down to the 16. Through the middle. Nice return by Graves before Tony makes the stop. But it's going to be at the 42-yard line with 5:18 to go.
So just as I say, they do get off decent return, but still keeps them on their side of the field.
Coach Schatzman now, let's see if he's sticking to form, tries to grind us for a while, or see if he goes to open it up, but I think there's enough time. You probably don't want Vineland with the ball again. Toss to the inside. Pursuit from behind. It's going to be a loss on the play as everyone from the Vineland team gets involved on that stop.
Good job. Although Barry Turner again didn't make that tackle, him flying upfield forced that running back up into the middle of the field, which is where the rest of his defensive players were, and were able to make that tackle.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and 10, a rough spot. He lost about 3.5, 4 yards. Never made it back to the line of scrimmage, but certainly not the spot we got for Powell on 4th down, but 2nd and 10, Friel to throw. He's looking deep. He floats it.
Intercepted.
And silence as there's no flag as Tony had position going for the ball and got ran over from behind. So 3rd and 10.
As you said, Rich, it is a little early for them to be opening up their offense. You have 4 minutes, 30 seconds in the game, and they've completely opened up their offense. It does seem just a little bit early to be doing that for them.
Not only that, there wasn't any fake or play action to it. I mean, I think a little play action to a pass would have given the opportunity for the completion.
Yes.
But we've not seen that.
I mean,
So I called pass the second he touched it like it was
yeah, you weren't fooling the corners there. The corner had a better chance at that reception.
Friel to throw it again. Plants completes it in the middle for a first down. 4:24 to go. Township crosses into the Vineland side of the field.
Jaden Allen running a nice crossing pattern from the slot position there.
I'm 29 wearing glasses, and you didn't fool me. Needed a little play action. All right, defense, here we go. 1st and 10. Nocelli's going to stand alongside of Friel, see if they try to slow it down. Nope, they're going to throw it again. Friel steps up. He's got a late back out of the backfield who's going to make it out of bounds at the 29, and a late flag in on a late hit out of bounds. That's going to set them up at about the 14.
Appears to be. Yeah, the back out of the backfield.
So this battle of Group 5 big boys. And that defense has been out there for a while with the defensive score right back out.
Again, you put yourself in a situation where the Vineland defense was at the end of the first half. The Minutemen are moving. You got to hold them. You want to hold them to at least 3. You know, if you really don't want them to score, but at least you can hold them to 3 here, still put you in a pretty good situation.
I don't think we're going to be holding to anything. This is touchdown or bust for Township. Nocelli through the middle with a full head of speed. Picks up a handful of yards. It's going to be about 6 or 7. Getting ready for an extra point. 3:41 and running. 2nd and 3. Vineland deep in their own end at their own 8-yard line.
This drive is livened up the homecoming crowd. They were down for a little while. Hopefully Vineland's defense can settle them back down here.
So let's just shadow Nocelli and see what we get. Nocelli is the fake, and Friel.
Doesn't look like he's in, but he's close. We said in the pregame, Friel's not going to run all the time, but when he does, he's usually pretty effective.
First and goal at the 1. 2 minutes, 50 seconds in running. Township needs to get in and get an extra point to knock this one up. Nocelli way deep. Look for Friel to see if he can take this himself.
Every Township player's hands went up,
And
and now the
there's the
officials
signal.
come up.
2:29 on the clock, but right now the biggest play of the game is going to be this extra point.
Yeah, those penalties against Vineland proved very costly.
The field goal attempt at the end of the first half was nearly blocked in heavy pressure from the top of your screen. And
Let's
that
see if
missed
that
maybe in the kicker's
yes.
head a little bit.
See if that pressure coming off the wing is in his head, and he goes ahead and hooks this one again.
So Weisburn looks to tie it up. Boy, Official was super excited to call timeout for Township there with 2:29. Waiting on the extra point. We going to put the offense in there? Is that why we called that timeout?
Or does Township put the idea of a trick play in Vineland's head to keep that wing from coming off the end with all that speed, forcing him to stay at home just a little bit longer?
A lot of people around coaching there. This is your homecoming game. On the road, you go for a win. At home, you play for the tie, right?
That's what they say.
So decision time. Mike Schatzman in his second year looking to get the Minutemen to 4-4 as Vineland tries to do the same. And he's got 2.5 yards to go with 2.5 minutes left. He can hope for the kick and tie it, or he can decide to go for 2. He may need to take another timeout because I don't think decisions have been made yet.
The kicking unit does come back out on the field. Oh,
No, they don't.
no. Sorry, that was just the kicker going to pick up the block.
So Township going to try to take the lead on a 2-point try. They send everybody to the left. This will be Friel to the right. That's the formation we had saw before. And Vineland takes a timeout to look it over. Yeah, that's the look that we kept seeing when everybody on the one side, back as the lead blocker for Friel.
Coming right off the edge, bouncing it outside.
Hitting right to that edge. Friel, much like Powell at 6'4", Friel is. There's a nice long reach he can make. If you're Vineland, would you rather them kick it or go for 2?
As a Vineland coach, I'd rather them go for 2 and trust my defense to shut them down. And then we're still up.
As a Vineland coach, I'd rather them kick it because I like what our offense can do moving forward. But this is it. As
I'm trusting my
Township tries
defense,
to
Rich.
Take the lead. So a different look here with 3 backs behind Friel, and now they're going to move and get back to where they were.
Reverse. Going
It's
to
a
that
reverse,
pass.
and there's big pressure. And Leone floats it. Incomplete. Leone with the ball in his hands.
Nazir Broom doing an excellent job getting back there, forcing Leone into a lot of trouble and just having to throw it up and hope something good became of that.
Boy, and Leone did a great job staying on his feet.
Yes, he
To even have a hope for that, as the reverse doesn't fool Vineland. The pass off it didn't fool Vineland as they're in coverage, and they make a big stop. So now you got to figure we're going onside.
Yes,
As
onside's
we
coming.
hear bleeding, just put a couple people back to make sure.
Keep your 2 deep, but expect the onside here.
So I think both teams with the 2 timeouts left, even though the
Yes.
scoreboard is
A little off there.
a little off. Well, big play by the defense. The defense bled a little bit on the way down the field, and Coach Satzman goes for the win at home, and the defense makes the stop.
Bring him up. 5 more. There you go. All right.
Tyreen Powell on the bottom of your screen on the outside. Vineland with their hands team preparing for an onside kick.
They're gonna stack both sides. They're stacking both sides.
Don't move Levi up. Back Levi up. Back Levi up. He kicks it over his head. We ain't got anybody there, for Christ's sake.
Weisburn.
There it is.
Don't let it go.
Ball doesn't go 10 yards.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch.
Throw the flag.
Again, the officials there a little late with the whistle. The ball There was no movement at all on that ball, and they're just waiting.
So the onside kick attempt fails as it doesn't go the 10 yards. I got a little nervous as it rolled from 8 to 9. You don't want anybody to jump on and have him pop out like a watermelon or a grape, but Vineland with the football, they still have some work to do here.
Yes, with 2:29 left in the game, you still need to get that head down, move that ball forward, pick up that first down. That's going to be big into keeping that clock rolling and finish out the game here.
Right now, so far in this half, I think we've got one timeout apiece by both teams, so Vineland should have 2, Township with 2. There's a give through the middle and get down. Gain of about 4. 2:22 when running.
3 to 4 yards for your backs. Both hands on that ball. Get it and get down.
Yeah, you don't want 7 at the risk of having that come out. All right, O-line, let's finish this off here. Tight splits, move forward 3 steps, and we're going to be okay. Powell brings the play in. Now we're under 2 minutes at 1:59. Vineland looking to even their record at 4-4 versus the toughest schedule in South Jersey and try to get a home field playoff game. So Powell under center. Over the left side. Gain of a couple and get down. Don't get any extra. Ball comes loose. Vineland has it. You've got to get down at contact.
Got the positive yards. Both hands on that ball, you got to go down. You can't try to stay up and get any more. You know Township is coming to strip that ball from you.
Fortunately, Vineland able to get on top of that, setting up a 3rd and about 4. Timeout called by Township. That leaves them with 1.
Vineland also doing a really good job in the offense of letting the play clock roll down, which is keeping the game clock rolling down. I think they snapped that ball with probably 4 or 5 seconds left on the play clock, which is what you want here. You want to utilize as much of that clock as you can, right, in these situations.
Yeah, Powell doing a nice job, and Shelton, when he was at quarterback, really good, identifying the back judge. Wait for him to start count down with him, get your hands under, and there you go. Look for Powell to be back under center again here. As it was a St. Joe's game, it was a snap over Powell's head that led to a safety.
Yes. And then last week's situation when Broom ran the ball down to about the 1 foot line, you went into a pistol, you had a low snap, which caused a lot of mayhem. So this is what you need here, to be under center.
This has got no chance. We can't block this whole timeout. Timeout!
And Vineland takes a timeout. So both teams with 1 timeout, 1:34 to go on the clock. A first down here for Vineland would do it. And they need 4 yards.
Now say you don't get it here. You're punting it away and relying on your defense. Do you agree?
I would say, but after the last punt, and our punt coverage has been so good, and of course I would have Shelton make sure, even if it goes out of bounds at the 20, let it go out of bounds
Agreed.
At the 20. Don't try to get that perfect one.
Angle it. If you happen to pin them, you pin them. If not, there's no damage done.
But for this group of seniors, this is your chance to ice a ball game here.
Yes.
And all you need is a push. And we've mentioned all game how Township's selling out at the line, so it's going to be tough. As Powell under center takes it himself.
Push. That was the push
forward,
you needed.
and I think he has enough for the first down. This side says he does.
Line judge in agreement.
Well, don't sleep on it yet. Last time they took 2 steps back the other way. And it's a first down for Vineland. That's going to do it.
Huge
Township
push.
uses
Huge
their
push
last
by that.
time out. And the senior quarterback, Tyreen Powell, behind the backup center, and that offensive line drives forward with some push from behind to get the big first down in what should seal this ball game. But we have 1:21 to go. Just got to have a couple good exchanges.
Can't call it a makeshift line when they make a push like that in a much-needed situation. They did an excellent job of getting that push. I mean, everyone in here knew what was coming, and they still managed to get that 3-4 yard push, getting all the Township defenders on their heels.
So the keep-away game worked great in the first half, and actually in the second half, the Turner touchdown led to extra time of possession again. So the defense has been out there really long, and the offense just did what it needed to do. And that was not an easy 3 or 4 yards. So Powell under center. Takes the knee. So with 1:17 to go, we should see that again and maybe one more time. But that may do it for this one here. Well, Barry Turner in his senior season comes up big on the field with this sack, scoop, score, touchdown. Did take some stats away from the offense on that, but so second and 12.
You'd gladly give up some stats for a win, especially in this. Yeah, you're fighting for a home field playoff game.
Powell kneels on it. It all depends how quickly they spot the ball ready for play. And we should be good here as we're they're going to hold it so we don't have to snap again before they make it ready. With 22-21 and counting, the officials keep talking. Talk for another 17 seconds. That'll do it. And that's it. Ball made ready for play. Vineland doesn't have to snap it again. And a great homecoming atmosphere here. And that may have, we talked about a boost for the home team. It may have added a little boost for the coach there too. Going for two, trying to get that win. And the defense comes up big on the 2-point conversion try. The officials head off the field, which they shouldn't be doing until after handshakes. That's like you're responsible for that. But anyway, talk about the Vineland offense. Did a little of this, did a little of that. The defense absorbed the bruising back, made stops when they need to, and at the end, it was the defense that led the way today for Vineland.
Yes. Defense was the most consistent part of Vineland's game today. Offense, like you said, did a little of this. Nothing was really consistent, but they did enough. They did enough to put that extra 7 points on the board that they needed to win that game.
So for Vineland, they get to 4-4 and wait. They have a bye week next week, a wait to see where they end up. They come into this one, number 9 team in the playoff rankings. They'll pick up some points from this Group 5 team, hoping to make it to 8, which will get you a home game, which is always nice. Nice to bring them seniors back home. If that comes to fruition, we can have them back home for one more game at Gittone Stadium. Outstanding job for Vineland withstanding a storm, as that last drive by Friel on the offense really pushed Vineland to the brink, but it was the 2-point conversion that stopped it from being a tied-up game. And they came out first to try to kick it, call the timeout, decide what they're doing, and we walk away with a win. The tightest game we've had with Township in the past 10 years. I mean, I look back as far as I could to find other games. Not a lot of games with Township, but it's been all Vineland in these settings, but not today. This was a well-played game on both sides.
Yeah, like we said, we turned around. Township came out, was going to be a ball control offense. They were going to slow it down, keep Vineland's athletes, those big athletic players that they have, keep them off the field was their game plan, and it was effective. They did what they had to do. They just couldn't produce all the points they wanted to off of that.
Yeah, and the second half, the time of possession is going to be kind of skewed the same way for Township. And that defense was on the field an awful long time today, and they did a great job. Everybody had wonderful plays that they did, but on a big drive, it was Herring 2 plays in a row, setting up the fumble that Turner took in, and also the play before stopping Nocelli in the backfield. Like, just an outstanding job by the Vineland team today. You come out with a win against a Group 5 school. That's what we call a good day. Any last words, Terry?
No, look forward to the standings coming out. Vineland getting that home game. We saw last year how valuable having that playoff game at home was. Vineland getting their first program playoff win. Hopefully we can make it the second this year.
And last year it was Toms River North coming to Gittone Stadium, who right now are the number 1 seed in the tournament. It was a 33-0 whitewashing
Yes.
with Tyrene Powell at quarterback. So some familiarity, a little bit of revenge from them, but you're not going to be in that matchup. That'll be a second round. You're going to be a 4-5. So hopefully you're the 4 and we're home.
Yes.
If not, we'll be on the road. But we'll find all that out. We have a week off, so find yourself a football game to watch. I don't recommend the Eagles, as I've turned them off 2 weeks in a row. Thank you to our crew, as always. This is Rich Scarpa, and thank you very much, Terry Love, for stepping in for Coach today. Had a wonderful game, and it's always a pleasure when we can hang out together and call this game. Don't forget, you're off next week, but we'll figure out where we're going. Hopefully, we'll be home. This is Rich Scarpa for Terry Love and our crew saying thank you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Vineland High School football team this season. Sir Speedy, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Newfield National Bank, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Caterers, Allen Associates, Delsey ShopRite, Medio Law Firm, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, TechNed Consulting, Vineland Education Association, Begal University, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria and Restaurant, MVP Sports Bar, Richland Carpet and Flooring, G&S Dry Cleaners, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Biondi Insurance Agency, Dr. Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, Baruffi Brothers, Lugiano Medical, Van Dodge, Assman Installation, Homestead Plumbing and Heating, the Gorgo Group, the DeWinney family, and the Russo family. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thank everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.